the story begins in 1983. We are shown a scene from the Upside Down, a dark world beneath the ground, shrouded in black mist. Winds crackle, and strange ash floats in the air. Meanwhile, Will is hiding inside Castle Byers, singing a song to calm his fear. Suddenly, he hears a terrifying scream from outside. It's the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon rips through the walls of Castle Byers, and Will runs desperately to escape. The more he runs, the faster the Demogorgon chases him. He climbs a tree to escape, but the Demogorgon follows. Will loses his balance and nearly falls from the tree. His backpack catches him on a branch, but the weight is too much. He falls, loses consciousness, and eventually falls into the hands of the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon drags him to Vecna, where we see Vecna's terrifying hideout filled with living, human-like veins everywhere, large, throbbing veins pulsing all around. Vecna traps Will inside those veins, inserts a tentacle into his mouth, and injects his dark essence into him, declaring, "The wait is over." The game begins. The scene cuts to 4 years later. We see Mike's younger sister, Holly, setting the breakfast table when she suddenly sees a shadowy figure standing outside the window. She greets him with a hi, but the house erupts in commotion as everyone arrives for breakfast and the figure disappears. It turns out Will and Joyce's family are now also living there, as the situation in Hawkins has become dire, and everyone is worried about the city's future. Mike, Dustin, and Lucas leave for school. Hawkins has turned into a fortress with military posts and armed soldiers everywhere. The large crack in the ground has been filled with soil and covered with metal plates. Children still try to play there, but soldiers quickly send them away, believing danger still looms. Everyone listens to the radio, where it is announced that the city is rapidly becoming sick and will soon be declared a quarantine zone. Robin hosts the show, with Steve working alongside her. Suddenly, the radio malfunctions. At school, the atmosphere is tense. Dustin still wears his Hellfire Club t-shirt. Mike tries to convince him to stop, but Dustin refuses to follow the rules or abandon his dead friends. There is a strange fear in everyone's eyes. Missing posters of 11 cover the school walls. The police and military want to capture 11, believing she is responsible for the destruction and the opening of the portals to the Upside Down. Meanwhile, 11, who lost her powers last season, desperately tries to regain them. She lives in a remote hut in the woods, training day and night. She practices telekinesis, but every attempt causes her nose to bleed and leads to fits of rage. Hopper and Joyce stay with her and help with her training. Steve and Jonathan fix the radio tower. A Marine from the military base visits them, providing weapons and crucial information from the Upside Down. They realize something major is about to happen and must plan their mission quickly. Whenever the gate opens, they will enter the Upside Down to find Vecna. Robin narrates a coded story on the radio so the teens can extract clues. Hopper has dug a secret tunnel under a bus. Hopper and Joyce will enter the tunnel while the others assist from above, following military vehicles to locate Vecna. Many doubt they will find him, believing he might be dead. But Jonathan reminds them that Vecna recently sent a signal to 11, confirming he is alive and wants to destroy the city. 11 says she is scared, but won't miss any chance to find him. Will and his friends join the planning. Suddenly, Will feels dizzy and realizes a portal to the upside down is opening. At Holly's school, she is seen talking to someone invisible. The teacher calls her mother. When Mike picks her up, Holly explains that her friend helps her whenever she is scared and had warned her about monsters. Mike reassures her that monsters are just fears in the mind and gives her a cartoon character to imagine as herself to stay brave. In a secret lab inside the Upside Down, scientists experiment on creatures and desperately want to capture 11. The sergeant is terrified by a caged monster. It is revealed the entire facility exists within the Upside Down. In the real world, Hopper refuses to let 11 join the mission, fearing the military will catch her. Joyce questions his decision. Eventually, everyone gathers at the radio station, including 11. Mike encourages her. They prepare for the mission, but Dustin is late, so Will offers to take his place. Everyone refuses, making Will feel weak. Hopper enters the tunnel. Soldiers open the portal, and military vehicles descend. Hopper joins them. Suddenly, the vehicles collide. The Demogorgon attacks, killing soldiers. Will falls unconscious as he senses everything happening. When he wakes, he warns Nancy that the Demogorgon is coming for the family. Nancy rushes home. In Holly's room, toys ring, a red portal opens, and the Demogorgon appears. It attacks, but Holly escapes to her mother. Holly's parents fight back, but get injured. The Demogorgon takes Holly through the closing portal. 11 jumps in just before it seals. At the hospital, everyone is devastated. Nancy regrets not sending her parents away. Her friend points out that Vecna took Holly, but left the parents alive, meaning he has bigger plans. It is the same date Will was taken years ago. The sergeant investigates Nancy's house and still blames 11 for everything. Inside the Upside Down, 11 searches for Holly and reunites with Hopper. At the radio station, Will feels a strong connection to Vecna's hive mind again. Robin explains it acts like an antenna, stronger in Hawkins. Will believes he can use it to find Holly, but his mother refuses to let him go, upsetting him. Hopper scolds 11 for entering alone. She argues they must focus on saving Holly and stopping Vecna. Hopper reveals his fear of losing her like his late daughter Sarah. Will and Robin investigate in the woods and at school, realizing Will sees visions through Vecna's victim's eyes. They learn the man Holly saw is Henry. In the Upside Down, 11 finds Holly's shoe and tries to break through a regenerating vein wall. The military hunts them with a weakening device. Hopper fights soldiers to protect 11, who then uses her powers to kill them. Will reveals he can enter Vecna's mind and sees the next target is Derek. Nancy shares that Vecna manipulates children by posing as the kind Henry. The group decides to kidnap Derek as bait, while also planning to track the Demogorgon with a device. They break into Derek's house, drug the family, set traps, and successfully tag the Demogorgon when it attacks. They follow it through the portal into the Upside Down. The military begins rounding up children. In the Upside Down, 11 and Hopper discover another girl like her being experimented on. Hopper sacrifices himself by detonating a bomb later. Will awakens his powers during a Demogorgon attack, freezing and killing them, but worries about Vecna's plan with the children. Vecna traps the children in veins and brainwashes them in his mind, pretending to be their savior who will create a perfect new world. 11 finds her sister Kali, who reveals the scientists are creating more powered children using Henry's blood. Kali believes the only way to end the cycle is for them to die. Max, whose soul is trapped, explaining her coma, helps Holly navigate memories to escape Vecna's mind. Will briefly controls Vecna to free Max. Dustin discovers the wall is actually exotic matter, forming a wormhole bridge to the abyss, the true dark world of monsters. Shooting it nearly creates a black hole. Max returns to her body. Holly escapes Vecna's trap, but is recaptured. The group reunites and learns Henry wants to merge the two worlds, destroying everything. They prepare a final mission. Let the abyss approach. Have 11, Max, and Kali enter Vecna's mind to free the children, while planting a bomb to destroy the exotic matter. Will confesses Vecna showed him a lonely future because he is gay. The group reassures him they will always stay by his side, giving him strength. They storm the military base and enter the Upside Down. In Vecna's mind, 11, Max, and Kali free the children and stop the merger. The true monster, the Mind Flayer, awakens. A massive battle ensues. 11 fights and kills Vecna. Joyce finishes him by chopping off his head with an axe. The group destroys the Mind Flayer's eggs. Hopper plants the bomb, destroying the abyss. As they return, the military waits to capture 11. She disappears. In a final moment, she meets Mike, hugs him, and chooses to sacrifice herself in the explosion to seal the portal forever. 18 months later, Hawkins is normal again. Robin hosts her radio show happily. The kids have graduated. Mike sits at 11's memorial, writing a book. He believes 11 is alive, that Kali created an illusion of her death so the military would stop hunting her. He thinks she is living peacefully in a beautiful place with waterfalls, just as she always dreamed. Everyone now believes his theory.